Hi there, welcome to the Path Meditation. In this meditation, we are aiming to give you more of a felt sense in your body energetically of what it feels like to be rooted in or connected to your core self, your authentic self, self-energy, your spirit. Because when we operate from this place, things are very clear. We feel calm, curious, compassionate, and courageous. And so we want to take a moment to really invite you to feel that in your body, the energy of your true self or your authentic self. So take a moment and get comfortable in a seated position. Make any adjustments, shift around, get yourself as comfortable as you can, and at the same time still alert. And then go ahead and take a few deeper breaths if that feels okay. Close your eyes down if that feels okay. If you notice you're having to hold your eyes shut or that doesn't feel right to have them closed, just let them open and hold a soft downward gaze. And then in your mind's eye, put yourself at the base of a path. This could be a path you have already been on that actually exists. Or it could be a path that is totally new to you, that your imagination is creating for you in this moment. And then there at the base of this path, I'm going to invite you to meet with your protective parts of self. Maybe you have a protective part that tends to be a people pleaser and agrees with everyone, smiles a lot. Maybe you have a protective part of self that doesn't let you say what's really on your mind or ask for what you really want and need. So meet with your parts and ask them just for a little while if they would be willing to wait here at the base of this path for you and let you go on this brief journey by yourself. And just notice how they react to that idea. Sometimes we'll sense fear or anxiety come up. So if that's the case, you can see if those parts that are afraid could be comforted by the parts of you who aren't. And let all your parts of self know that you won't be gone long and that this will be good for them and for you. But ultimately, they don't have to let you do it if they're not ready to. And sometimes it just depends on the day. Some days our parts are okay with it and other days they're not up for it. And that's natural. If they're not up for it, then don't do it. Instead, I will invite you to spend time with your parts, getting to know them and getting to know their fears about letting you try this. But if they are up for it, then go ahead and start walking, head out on the path, reminding them that you'll be back soon and to wait there for you. And at different points, I will pause and ask you to notice certain things as you go. But for now, just start walking at a pace that's comfortable for you. And so now I'm going to invite you to just notice as you continue walking, in particular if you are thinking anything at all. Because if you're thinking, it means that there's still some parts with you. So if you notice thoughts, take a moment, focus on the thoughts, ask the part of you that's thinking directly if it would be willing to separate and go back down to the base of the path with the others. If that thinking part of you isn't willing, that's okay. Just stay with it and ask what it's afraid might happen if it were to separate and go back down to the base. But if your part is willing to separate and go back down to the base, then go ahead and have it do that, and then go ahead and continue walking on the path. And now I'll invite you to scan your body head to toe for anything inside yourself that doesn't quite feel like you as your pure self, who you are deep down. If you find anything, it's likely another part of self. And you can ask that part of you to also return to the base with the others. Remember that at your core you are calm, curious, compassionate, courageous, creative, clear. So as you scan your body, if there's anything that you feel or sense that's outside of those qualities, that tells you there's a part of self in there with you. So if you find anything, taking a moment, focusing on that part of you, asking it to separate and go back down to the base with the others. And then go ahead and keep walking on the path. And if your parts of self are willing to separate and head back down to the base, you will gradually notice these shifts towards more and more self energy, authentic self energy, core self. And if they aren't willing to, that's okay. Just spend time getting to know them and what they're afraid might happen. And also, if at any point you find yourself watching yourself take this journey, it means that there is a part of you trying to do this exercise for you. Because who is it that's watching? So if that is ever true for you, you can see yourself walking on the path versus seeing your surroundings, then take a moment, focus on that part that's watching, and ask it too to go back down to the base with the others. This way, you're the one that's on the path. You don't see yourself, you see your surroundings. Trees, dirt, sky. Keep walking on your path. If your parts of self are trusting, they are letting you do this by separating and waiting at the base. And so if your parts have been doing that, separating and heading back down to the base, by now you should be experiencing some of those qualities we've been talking about. The absence of thought, spaciousness, present-centeredness, a sense of well-being, your body, confidence, clarity, connectedness. So if you're not experiencing these things, that just means there are parts of self still with you. And you can scan your body again, scan your headspace, to see if you can find those parts and see if they would also be willing to separate and go back down to the base of the path. Go ahead and keep walking on the path. This meditation can help you find the parts of you that you're most identified with and that you don't really notice because they are the most like you. These are parts of us that have likely been doing what they've been doing for a really long time. And so it's hard to notice them. It can very much feel like that is who I am, when in reality, it's a part of you that's gotten very good at pretending to be you in a very protective way. Also, try your best to notice your energy. If you're someone whose parts of self were cooperating today, separating and heading back down to the path, you might be noticing some sort of vibrating, radiating energy running through your body. The energy of your authentic self. Some people describe this energy as a gentle warmth that starts somewhere in their center and radiates out in circles and starts flowing through their whole body. It's not extreme or intense, it's subtle and gentle, and it feels really good. It feels calm, it feels confident, grounded, solid, clear, unshakable. That is you. And it is from this place, if we can root ourselves here, navigating dating, relationships, career, it feels so much better. And things start to just become clear and fall into place. So whenever you're ready, which doesn't have to be now, you can stay here for as long as you'd like, as long as feels good to you. But if you are ready to bring this meditation to a close, then just start to broaden your awareness once again outside of yourself. Maybe you wiggle your fingers and toes, and you start inviting some movement back into your body. Eventually blinking your eyes open and taking a look around the space. And giving yourself a few moments to reorient and connect back to the outside world. Thank you so much for your openness in trying this meditation. And take care.